Hey guys, so I thought I might do a BJD Addicts prompt or two. So I think I'm going to do I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 of them depending on how the night goes. Just because I'm bored and I figured I've only answered a few of them and they're coming out pretty slowly like I expected because I'm so late into this. So I thought I'd probably do a few of them. Plus one of my friends ended up doing a few of them too, and so I figured I might as well just go in order and answer them whenever, just to at least get something out there. So, I'm going to answer BJD Addicts prompt number 2, which is hobby fears. And I will admit, I honestly don't really have that many fears like a lot of people do. I guess, I don't know, I have like a few of them, but they're not like super major that I actually have to like worry about them. So, pretty much, like, a lot of the fears that I had, like, when I first began in the hobby, pretty much have, like, gone away because I've gotten used to it by now. I used to be really afraid of restringing, which seems to be a pretty common one. But I ended up restringing, Athena, like, back when I finished her body blushing. And, just because I wanted her to have a little bit something that was, like, realistic for when I, like, put her in a tank top or something. That way she has some shading to her. And so I ended up unstringing her and then restringing her for that. And it wasn't as bad as people made it out to be, honestly. I don't have any tools for it, so all I did was, like, cut a piece of ribbon, and I used that, and it worked just fine. She actually poses better, surprisingly. I ended up tightening her just a little bit, and yeah, she looks pretty good and poses well, and I don't know, it wasn't all that bad, so I'm pretty used to it now. Though I will admit, I would be very afraid to restring my 70cm doll, just because he's so big, and I don't know, I don't think I could handle it, considering he's got, like, I don't know. He's just way too big. Ugh. Anyway, but that's pretty much like, I don't know, one of the major fears, I guess. I've been afraid before of buying secondhand, mostly because of the whole, like, I don't know, like, I don't want to, like, I don't know, pretty much the whole, like, recast incident or whatever, where, like, people end up buying legit and then it turns out to be recast and they bought it for like the legit price. And I've been afraid of that before, which is why I don't buy very many things secondhand. But I did buy Aaron's head secondhand, and he's from back in 2008. And I don't know, I don't think that this head specifically would be recast anyway because he doesn't seem all that popular, honestly. But I was kind of freaked out because when he arrived, his the back of his head didn't, or inside of his head, wherever it is, didn't have like the Lutz plate on it, and I was like, oh gosh, what is this? But the inside does have the Lutz like markings or whatever, and so I'm pretty secure on that now. That was like one of my other main fears, but he's fine pretty much because he's gone through a couple different owners, and yeah, so I trust them. Another one of the fears that I've had is going to meets and going out in public with them. I've gone to a meet before now, which was a lot of fun, and I'd love to go back. Sadly, though, we only have, like, it's like me and one other person up here, which I'm so happy that I met this other person, because I've felt alone up here for, like, the longest time, and I was so depressed, that I didn't have anybody really to share the hobby with up here. And so I was really happy to know that there was one other person up here who has BJDs and collects them and stuff, so that's pretty awesome. But the only meet that I've gone to was in our, like, main city in our state, and pretty much, yeah, that's like 3 hours away from where I go to school, and I only could get there because my mom was willing to go with me. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have gotten there by myself. So, I'd love to go back, like, especially now that I have all the dolls that I have. the problem is that we don't have any, like, we only have us two up here, so I can't really get to meets all that often. But I would love to go back if I ever could. And then going out in, like, public, like, I don't know, like, just carrying them out, like, in a store or on the street or something like that, I'm not really into it, mostly because, I don't know, I'm really self-conscious, honestly. Mostly just about, like, I'm not self-conscious very much about, like, what I like or dislike or what people really, like, think of how I look or whatever, but, like, I don't know, this is, like, the one thing that I actually am really self-conscious about, mostly because, I don't know, they're just so out of the ordinary, but I think they're awesome, and I know a lot of people do think they're pretty cool, but it's just, I don't know, considering that I'm from a small town where people judge you like crazy, and it's annoying, so, I don't know, I guess I just kind of got used to the whole fact of hiding things that are different, which is pretty bad and sad, so that's the joys of a small town. But I don't know, maybe once I get over that, I'll take them out in public, but I guess we'll see. So that's pretty much, like, the only fears, I guess. I mean, I've had the, like, fear of clothes not fitting, but I've never had that issue before, so I was lucky. But yeah, other than that, I really haven't had any fears exactly. I guess that's about it. Thankfully, I've been able to conquer most of my fears in this hobby, so I don't really have to worry about them. That was, like, those are pretty much the only things, and there's only one, which is bringing them out in public that I need to work on. But other than that, I don't know, the hobby's going really good. I don't really have any other fears, so anyway, I'll probably do, like, 1 or 2 more of these, so I guess just look out for those, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!